The Likely Extent of Agricultural Drainage tool is a free online web mapping application available on the Transforming Drainage website under Tools. As the tool introduction says, it identifies agricultural areas that are likely to have been drained based on soil and land cover information. Very poorly to poorly drained soils in agricultural land use are classified as likely to be drained, while somewhat poorly drained soils are classified as potentially drained. The map fits within the fixed width window by default, but you can toggle to have it display in the full screen. Click Escape to leave the full screen. Within the map window, a number of information panels help users navigate through the tool. You can toggle the Quick Instructions panel here, for example, by clicking on the double arrows located next to each panel. The list of layers shows which layers are on, and there are additional boundary layers available. The elevation hillshade provides a 3D perspective that can be very helpful in understanding landscapes clearly. The legend is shown for the layers that are displayed. Base maps can be changed by clicking here. You can select from a variety of imagery or vector base maps. Users can zoom to a location of interest using the address bar, the zoom buttons at the top left, or using the Shift button plus the mouse to select the location. Blue areas are likely to be drained, and purple areas are potentially drained. To locate specific areas, it's often helpful to change to imagery. The colors are semi-transparent, so you can see the image as well as the drained area estimation. Remember, these are only estimates, and a field assessment is needed to determine or validate actual drain conditions in a field or location of interest. There are three types of boundaries: the Huc 8 watersheds, counties, and states. The watershed boundaries are displayed with a gold line that's easier to see with an imagery background. Click on the map to open a pop-up box with summaries by any of these boundaries. It starts with the watershed. These results report the amount of likely drained area in acres, percent of the entire watershed, and percent of agricultural land within the given 8-digit HUC. Remember that the likely drained areas correspond to the blue areas on the map, and the likely or potential drained area corresponds to the sum of both the purple and blue areas. Click on the arrows to view these by state or county boundary. When evaluating multiple areas, you may prefer docking the results along the right side of the map window by clicking on the docking icon. The natural soil drainage class is also available. Because the layers are semi-transparent, it's important to turn one off when turning the other on. The gray colors chosen for the poorly drained soils reflect the gray coloring in actual poorly drained soils, which makes it easier to remember what this represents. This layer can help in understanding the likely drained layer assumptions and is an interesting map in itself in understanding Midwestern soils. Map layers provided in this tool may be downloaded for your own analysis by clicking here and downloading the bundle. They're shared under a Creative Commons license requiring attribution and sharing of the resulting products. They can also be used in other GIS applications as a REST service.